Welcome to the Becks, a podcast that explores multimedia horror with host Becky and Sydney. Join us as we talk about movies, books, video games, music, and much, much more.
Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Sydney Rebecca.
And I'm Rebecca Snow.
And we're the Becks. It's the final episode.
Well, not the final episode.
Of something very bad is going to happen. We're talking about the last two episodes.
Yes, we are.
We shall move on to something else. But for now,
something very bad is going to happen.
Yes. So, this episode is called Something Living, Something Dead, Something Stolen, Something Red. And if you don't recall, last time we left off with Portia being possessed and imparting that special little wisdom to Rachel. Now it's the day of the wedding, and time is running out.
It is.
And Rachel steals into Portia's room and reads her little occult rituals book that I knew was going to be plot relevant at some point. Just not in the way that we all expected.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
And she finds a ritual. She has to make a potion that will turn her into Nikki's soulmate. Like, for sure. For surezies. For sure.
Yeah,
for
so whatever he considers his soulmate is what she will turn into. So basically, she won't be her. I mean, really, maybe. I mean, you don't know. It could totally change her.
That is precisely the issues that Jules and Nell raised with Rachel. They're like, it's not even going to be you anymore. So how can you want to do that? She finds a ritual in Portia's little occult book and figures out what the cryptic message means. And it is as followed. Something red from her enemy. Something stolen from something.
Why is it listed here?
I don't know.
Hold on.
Something dead from herself or something that she needs or she has. And then something living, which is from the groom himself. I find this whole thing to be really gross and weird.
So something living from the groom, something dead from the bride, something stolen from the mother-in-law, and something red from an adversary.
So she steals a bandage from Portia. Well, she takes a bandage from Portia.
It's such a... Portia's like, why do you want my blood, Rachel?
Yeah, she's immediately like, what the fuck? Portia, keep in mind... Okay, so Nikki's mom isn't dead. Spoiler alert. I was very disappointed.
Well, you thought she was going to die. Like, she wasn't waking up. And they were all in the room talking about what was going to happen. And, the dad was talking about this is probably the end every time, whatever. And the kids were like, no, she needs to wake up. And then Portia's like, we're going to cancel the wedding. And so it's all just a mess.
So Rachel's like, absolutely not. Jules is like, no, we can't cancel the wedding. Nell is like, absolutely not. We can't cancel the wedding. Yeah. So, yeah, she steals the bandage from Portia, and Portia's immediately very suspicious. I think she even says that it's like, oh, it's not until later, never mind. But Portia's just very suspicious about it. She cuts hair off of Victoria's head while she's sleeping.
Yeah, she sneaks in there when everybody else is left.
Well, in a coma, whatever.
And she's in there in a coma or whatever. They think she's dying. She's been seizing all morning. She has these scissors that... are gigantic, okay? How come scissors are always so gigantic and metal?
They're like shears.
Yeah. And so she's going to cut her hair, and the dad walks in.
Yeah.
And is like, what are you doing in here with my wife?
She's like, oh, I just wanted to see her. I wanted to make sure she was okay. Like, yeah, we all believe that, Rachel.
Yeah. And so then the dad has lethal injection in his hand. And Rachel goes to walk out, and she's like, I don't think I can let you do that. And he's like, she's my wife. You young people don't understand. So she's like, well, I don't think you should. And, this wedding was her dream, and maybe she'll wake up in time. And he's like, every time she has an episode like this, she's less and less herself, and she wouldn't want that. And she's like, but this was her last final wish. And so he's like, I need to be alone with my wife now, please.
Which I'm still kind of confused why Rachel even bothered to do that.
I don't know.
Does she know that if the mom died, the wedding really wouldn't happen?
I don't know.
So she convinces, somehow, this was crazy to me. She convinces Jules and Nell to help her amputate her toe.
Because she needed a bone.
Yes.
But why? Why does it have to be a bone? Hair. Hair for her. Something dead. Her hair is dead. Your hair is not alive once it grows out of your scalp. Why would you not just cut your hair?
It's not as juicy.
Literally.
So, yeah, they cut off her toe.
So gross.
Keep in mind, while this is going on, guests are arriving. The wedding is nigh. It's really fucking nigh, okay? And she just casually gets her toe amputated. I mean, nothing is casual about it, to be fair.
No, it's bad.
She screams. People hear it. The party upstairs stops for a second.
And then they all just go back to partying, though. Like, waiting for the wedding to start. I guess they're not partying yet.
And finally, she has to get something living from Nikki, which, of course, is sperm.
This part was just bad.
Dude, the whole time that they were doing it, I was just thinking about how much Rachel's foot must be throbbing. Can you imagine trying to have sex while you just don't have a pinky toe?
No.
There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah, no, that's just...
And then, so the implication then is that this is gross. I mean, it's gross. So she collects that, and then she takes the toe and the hair and the sperm and the tissue.
Okay, so the sperm, I have to say, like, they have a whole conversation, like, quite a long conversation after he's not in her anymore. And I'm like, what is going, okay. And then as soon as he leaves, she just reaches down there and scoops something up. I'm like, what?
I can't.
It was so bad. I was just like, that, no.
Oh, it's really gross.
No. So, yeah.
So then she makes this drink, and she's going to drink it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's the next episode, and she decides not to drink it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but if I amputated my pinky toe, I was drinking it.
Did she have to swallow the toe, though? That just gagged me real bad. Oh. And
Stop! Don't think about it. The drink is really gross, by the way. Like, if you look at it, it's real gross.
Mm-hmm.
So she decides not to drink the potion. And so on the one hand, I was mad because, like, you literally just did all that for nothing. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, I was like, that's so sweet that she is putting her faith in Nikki being her soulmate. Mm-hmm. Like, actually, this is great. She's going to marry him, and she's not going to die because she believes it.
Mm-hmm. And we forgot to say, too, in that episode, while they're in the bedroom doing their thing, and they're all done, and they're having their conversation, Portia comes pounding on the door, and she's like, it's Mom! She's awake, she's fine!
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
And so the mother is awake and in a dress and ready for the wedding. Now, come on.
Well, they get her made up.
Yeah. But she's awake and in a dress and ready for the wedding. Like nothing happened.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
The most unbelievable part of this whole episode was the fact that she made it down the aisle on time.
Oh, yeah.
Because everyone knows, even I've never been married, and even I know this, is that the wedding is never on time. It's always late.
Yeah.
Every time.
This is true.
So somehow, even though all this happened, she was on time somehow? Mm-hmm. Okay. Doubt. So she's in her dress. She's beautiful. She's walking down the aisle, not limping somehow. Whatever. And they get up there, and the dad is marrying them, and they've written their own vows. Her vows were very beautiful.
They were.
I like them a lot. It's a very touching scene, and I can't really do any justice to...
No. She really poured her whole heart out. Like, she chose to jump full force into it and tell him that he'd always been her safe place and that she never wanted to get out of the rental car and how happy she was. And she really believed in him. And that was the thing. She had to believe that he was her soulmate. And so that's why she didn't drink it, because she just finally let go and was like, you know what? He is. This is what I want. I'm good.
Notably, during her vows, when she's saying it, Jules and Nell exchange a look like they both know that she hasn't actually drank the potion.
Yeah.
Like their spidey senses are tingling.
And then Nikki does his, and he's like, oh, I should have gone first. That was hard to follow. I mean, but he does tell her, you know, how much she's meant to him and how he knew from the very beginning. And so you're thinking, this is amazing, you know, good for them.
But then Nikki's like, oh, but we don't need to get married.
Yeah, when they went to say I do, he did not.
Yeah, he's like, you know, if anything, this has proven to me that nobody needs marriage. Marriage is a sham, blah, blah, because his faith was shaken in his parents' marriage by the revelations.
What an immature brat.
Yeah, about being like...
And Rachel's freaking out, you know. She's like, no, you have to marry me. Nikki, what are you doing? You know, I did this all for you. Why? What are you doing? He's like, well, that's the thing. We don't have to do this. I want you and I just the way we were before. And just the way you were. I don't want you to change. And she goes, but this is what I wanted.
There's something uniquely familiar about how Nikki was. I think if you've ever been in a serious relationship with a man and you've ever like discussed marriage or, you know, anything like that, there's something that every woman can relate to when it came to Rachel's frustration and fury at this whole situation. Because, I mean, you take out the curse of it all, and it's still fucking bullshit what Nikki does.
Yeah, he even says in his vows that, you know, she had said that she didn't want to get married 2 weeks in, and he said that she was the one that he knew he needed to convince that they should get married.
Yeah.
And so he knew how she felt, and yet he still proposed, and he still pursued that part, and she agreed.
And she even says at one point, she said, if anyone was going to convince me to marry them, you were the only one who was able to do it.
Yes.
You're the only one who would have been able to convince me to marry you.
Yeah.
And I wanted to marry you.
Yeah.
So then, you know, they had this huge fight, and a lot of stuff comes out when they're fighting. A lot of nasty things are said to each other. And during this fight, I was like, oh, absolutely, these people should not marry each other. But they don't really get a say.
No.
So the whole family basically crashes their fight and is like, knock it off, you guys. Keep in mind they have 100 fucking guests. The ceremony was completely interrupted in the middle because Nikki was like, never mind.
Yeah.
So they're all in the reception hall getting wasted and partying because why not? I mean, I would. I'd be like, yeah, I'd be hitting up that bar. Like,
yeah.
Yes.
And Portia's like, keep the drinks coming. Even the minors.
That was pretty funny. You know, she was trying to keep the spirits up.
Yeah.
So they crash their fight and they're like, this is ridiculous. You guys need to get married. Jules and Nell, they both believe in the curse.
Nikki 100% doesn't. He thinks it's all just...
Yeah.
Marriage is the curse. That's what he says to her when she's like, you know, there's a curse. It's going to go to your family. What are you doing? And he's like, marriage is the curse, Rachel.
Yeah, so it's clear that he never believed her.
Yep.
And that's really frustrating and infuriating. As soon as it started, I'm like, oh, okay, I hate you. Mm-hmm. I actually hate you, Nikki. Mm-hmm. Before he, you know, made his stand on the wedding altar or whatever, it's like, go fuck yourself, you absolute child. Because it wasn't about him and Rachel staying themselves, being themselves, whatever. He was fucking putting one to his parents.
Exactly. Yep. Because he knew that's the one thing that his mom wanted before she died. And he was mad at her for having the affair. So it was basically, fuck you. I'm not doing what you wanted me to do. I'm doing what I want to do. But he never once thought, and that's what Rachel said, you're not thinking of me. This isn't about me.
Yeah.
So selfish.
So the sun sets and Rachel, well, oh, actually, before that happens, Victoria comes to the rescue. Mommy comes to the rescue. And she talks to Nikki. And she's like, this isn't what you really want. You want to get married. You want to have your happily ever after. Like, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. I don't even remember what all she said.
No, but she was telling him, everybody can make a mistake, whatever. Don't let our mistakes ruin your happiness. And so, won't you just give it one more try and go out there? Won't you go out there and just, finish the ceremony?
Yeah.
So he gets in Rachel's face and he's like, can we do it? Can we go back out? And
he's crying.
Yeah, he's like, I'm so sorry. I'm so very, very sorry. Can we just go finish what we started?
And she says no. And I was like, thank fucking God that she said no. Because, you stupid little mama's boy. Like, I could not believe. I was filled with rage. Like, oh, mommy just made it all better, so now it's fine. After all the hurtful things that he said to Rachel.
Yeah. He was very cruel.
And I'm not saying that Rachel wasn't also giving back just as hard. Because she was. But it was clear that
she was going to marry him, and she put all her faith into him.
Yeah.
So what came after that was her disappointment and her anger that she had sacrificed and changed everything about what she really wanted to what she thought he wanted. And then he just freaking let her down, dude. He let her down.
Now the sun sets, and the curse passes on to Nikki's family, and it happens instantly.
Yeah, the mom's standing there, and you can see Rachel's face, like, all of a sudden shock. Like, they're all standing there talking, and it just shocked, and her nose starts to bleed.
Yeah. So what happened to her mom basically starts happening to every single fucking person that's married, not to their soulmate, in the whole family. So pretty much everybody.
Yeah. Men, women, whoever is a direct descendant in that line, they just start hemorrhaging and bleeding out.
And Portia had actually had a Vegas wedding.
Yeah, and it was Jules that said, "Was your Vegas husband your soulmate?" She's like, "This is going to happen to me." And the mom was laying there and she's like, "You got married?" as she's bleeding out. And then it's bad. Everybody is bleeding out. And poor Jude, the little boy.
Oh, yeah, he totally got...
He was right in the middle. He was on the dance floor dancing, and everybody started bleeding out. And how'd you like Rachel when she was like, just put pressure on it?
Yeah.
She tells the one lady, just put pressure on it.
You'll be fine.
It was awful. Like, it was a bloodbath.
So Rachel at this point, because the witness is there, because of course he is, she confronts him and is like, this is not what you said would happen. Because I figured that people who are already married were safe.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently not. And pretty soon everyone that's left, this is before Portia dies too, they complete the vows, basically saying that Nikki and Rachel are married. So then Rachel starts dying.
Yeah.
Dude.
And she's like, Nikki, no, Nikki, please. No, Nikki, you don't know what you're doing. No. And she's like, we're not soulmates. And he looks at her and says, well, I still think you're mine.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks at the witness. She goes, he can't do this. It's past, sundown. And he's like, well, you've already said your vows. They just want to complete the ceremony. So he allowed it. They allowed it.
This whole thing was bullshit to me.
I think so too. I don't think the rules should have changed. Oh.
Yeah.
But technically.
I guess. So, yeah. Everyone dies except Jules, Nell, Nikki.
Yep.
And even the witness is alive for a time. Mm-hmm. And he goes around looting the bodies. But then death comes up to him and the witness is like, oh, is it finally my time? Mm-hmm. So then he gets killed. And it's like, oh, okay. So is it like, it's just all ended?
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, oh, you finally come for me. It's my turn. As he's going through people's stuff, stealing his prizes.
Yeah, literally.
That's when death comes up to him and he's like, oh, yay. He was pretty excited for that to be happening.
The following morning, it's like right as sun is rising, Rachel resurrects. And you can pretty safely assume that she's the new witness.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a whole thing.
Yeah, because she dies, like, in a horrible, bloody mess in her wedding dress. She's out in the little atrium area, just in a pool of blood. Like, Nikki walks up to the window and pounds on it the night that she dies. You did this, fucker.
Yeah, because, well, nobody was left for him to...
Exactly.
You know.
Everybody died. She died. They all died. The dad was alive. The dad lived.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Yeah, because he wasn't a direct descendant.
Oh,
Any direct descendants, like the spouses, some of them ran. The one girl that was on the phone where she was like, "What's happening to your family, honey?" She was standing there, and he was on the phone with her, and
he was dying.
Out. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, bad. It's so bad.
So this is the thing. She resurrects, and she's going around looking for her lighter. She really wants a joint, I guess.
Yeah, so she's looking for whatever she can find. The witness had her mother's bracelet.
Yeah.
And her father's tie.
Which is fucked up.
Yeah. And so that's the first thing she did is she went and got her mother's bracelet off of him.
Mm-hmm. And then she wanted her lighter because she wanted to smoke a joint, which is fair. In the process of her searching through the place, she comes across Nikki holding the bear that she gave him in the bed. And she's just like, "Where's my lighter?" And he doesn't answer. He's in shock or whatever. And she's just like, "Really? You fucking useless piece of shit." She doesn't say that, but it's clear on her face.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then as she's leaving, she comes across Jude, who is scared shitless of her. Obviously.
Uh-huh.
Because she's, she did die, and she's covered in blood and all that stuff.
And he saw that horrible scene of everything happening. So, yeah, the poor kid.
And she's like, "No, it's fine. I'm fine. Like, everything's fine." So instead of literally looking at him and being like, "Hey, if you get married, this will happen," she says, "Just be careful who you marry." Like, no, I'm being like, you don't marry anybody.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Don't get married.
Yeah.
You can have a whole life. You never have to get married. Don't have children either. Because then if they get married, they die too. So just don't.
Yeah. But she says, no, just be careful who you marry.
And
She's
I'll
like,
be there to witness it.
Yeah, when you get married, I'll be there. And one of my favorite scenes, not because I liked it, but because I thought it was well written and it was interesting and it was a good character study and all that, is Jules and Nell. Jules is notably left alive.
Yeah.
So it's clear that he thinks that Nell is his soulmate. And because Nell, when everything starts happening, she's like, "Why didn't you sign the fucking divorce papers?"
Yep.
And he's like, "Because I don't know how to live my life without you."
Yeah.
And then he's left alive, and they're both just in bed with Jude holding him. And she's like, "You're not bleeding." And he just looks at her.
Yeah. No, I really like that scene too because I thought, yep, there you go. So even people that are soulmates sometimes just
don't work out.
Yeah. Craziness. And then you just see Rachel go out and get in the old truck and drive away.
Yeah, I did think it was funny that the CD that the witness had in there, it was all the same song.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just a psycho thing to do. So that is something very bad is going to happen. And indeed,
something very bad did happen.
Something very bad did happen. Moral of the story, don't get married.
There you go.
Period. Also, don't fall in love with baby man-child ass.
But did she know he was a baby man-child? Because they never went around his family. She'd never met any of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't get married until you meet the family. Because an old adage maybe says, if you marry someone, you marry their family too.
Don't marry someone who has any family. That's the moral
hence
of the
we go
story.
back to the very first. Don't get married.
Yeah. Like if they got family, don't do it.
Sorry, you have parents. I'm out.
Or
we're not in the dead parent club. We're gone.
Yeah, or you could always
siblings. Mm-mm.
If something mysteriously happens to their entire family before you marry them, like that would be very tragic.
Anyway, yeah. So I don't know how I felt about the ending. I do feel that Nikki was a big asshole. He totally did her dirty. From the wedding to the marrying her after all, just to try and save his family's life.
Uh-huh.
He was sacrificing her no matter what.
Yeah.
And he knew that.
Yeah.
So not only did he totally let her down during the ceremony, He killed her.
Yeah.
And I understand self-preservation, but look at her and say, I believe you're mine. No, you don't. You're just saving your own life, which really, that made me mad about the whole thing because he didn't believe she was his. I mean, I can't believe he did if he'd let her die.
No, because he was alive. He wasn't one of the people who was killed. So clearly he did believe that.
I guess,
but that makes it worse.
That does make it worse.
That makes it worse because he was still willing to kill her.
Yeah.
So just terrible.
He was still willing to kill his own soulmate.
And this is the thing too, is like, it was funny because at the beginning of the show, I was like, oh, Jules is such a fucking creep and I hate him and I love Nikki. And then by the end of it, my opinions had basically completely switched.
Yeah.
Because even though Jules was a party to finishing the marriage between Rachel and Nikki, Jules wasn't trying to save anybody except his son.
Exactly. And he immediately went to save his son.
He did. He went and found him. He went and he took him to go be somewhere safe.
Yep. And said, don't you open the store.
Unless it's for me or Nell.
Yep. Yep.
I understand and I empathize with his decision more than anybody else's. Was it still fucked up? Yes. But he had a kid he was looking out for. Everyone else was just looking out for themselves.
Yeah. And Jules said, I'm sorry, Rachel, but I have Jude to think about.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he from the very beginning, after finding out about the curse, was 100% out to save Rachel.
Yeah, he literally cut her toe off for her.
Yeah. And he was super mad at Nikki for saying no.
Yep.
So he really was out to try and make everything okay. And at the end, yeah, he encouraged Nikki to do what he did, but it was to save his son, and I get that. But it didn't save anybody because Jude gets married and it's the wrong one. Not good.
Well, if I was Jules, I'd be like, you just need to never get married.
Yeah, that's the way I would be too. I would 100% tell my children and my children's children, don't get married.
Live in sin, baby.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Just don't get married. Nobody has to get married. You don't have to.
Marriage is not the end all be all.
Oh, for the religious people out there, okay, whatever. But I'm sorry, if I'm going to die and my whole family's going to die because we get married, and you might think the person's your soulmate, but you got to really believe it. They talk about cold feet all the time going to the altar. How many people would be dead right now? So many people. So no, Sydney's right. Just don't get married.
Just don't. Moral of the story. And I will say, in general, I really like this show, but nothing was as creepy as that first episode. That first episode was so creepy and eerie, and it set the tone for a very different show than it turned out being. Not to say I was disappointed. It was just, I had different expectations because of the pilot episode.
Yeah.
Than what it actually ended up being.
Yeah. No, I think everybody did that has watched it probably, because you do go into it with a super creepy, like ominous feeling hanging over you, and then it just gets freaking weird. It's just weird. Yeah. The whole thing is weird. And yeah, okay, you still have death hanging over you. We know that as we go through the show. But it wasn't that creepiness. I mean, it turned out to be gory and gross, but it wasn't that looming doom that we felt in that first episode where you just didn't know what the hell was coming. So, yeah.
Yeah, interestingly, you'd think with the timeline counting down, you would think that you would feel more anxiety or tension. Mm-hmm. And I didn't exactly feel that.
No.
During the last episode, which is weird because you think that you would.
I think you almost felt overwhelmed because there was so much happening and they were going different ways, and she was hurrying to get her toe chopped off and get every part that she needed. It felt more like an anxious episode to me than an ominous episode. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I liked it, but yes, it was not exactly what I thought it was going to be. And I'm not sure I was happy with the ending.
Okay. I feel a little bit bad comparing this show to The Haunting of Hill House, but a lot of people online were, so it's not my fault. Other people have done it first. This show doesn't have rewatchability. I would never watch this show again, I don't think.
No, I don't think I would either, because once you've seen it, you've seen it.
Whereas The Haunting of Hill House, that show has a lot of rewatchability.
There's a lot going on in The Haunting of Hill House. Like, a lot. So to go back and rewatch it, you're going to see things that you missed or little innuendos that you didn't catch the first time. Where I don't feel like something very bad is going to happen has that. It's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah.
You've got the psycho family, the psycho sister. You've got just the whole thing going on. I guess it just was more in depth of a plot in The Haunting of Hill House. There was so much to everyone's story, where here it was Nikki was a spoiled, rotten little brat. The mom was a narcissist. The dad was just trying to survive the family.
Well, and he was obsessed with Victoria.
He was. And I think Jules was a jealous older brother that went through hell and had trauma. And Portia was just a spoiled, rotten little bitchy sister.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, 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 boom. The most interesting characters, not even Rachel. Rachel wasn't that interesting. She came from a weird family, but she didn't know how weird it was.
Yeah, that's the other thing is you don't really know a lot about Rachel.
No.
Even at the end of the show. Like, you think that... Because you learn a lot about Nikki's family.
Yeah.
Learn a lot about Nikki's family, but you don't really learn a lot about Rachel besides... She's a little bit one-dimensional. Because she has the issue... She has the daddy issues. And she has the mom that died. And then you find out, oh yeah, she has a curse. But...
Yeah, that's it. It's really cut and dry.
Yeah.
The most interesting characters to me, I think, were Jules and Nell.
Yeah.
Their dynamic was better. There was actually something to their story in depth, you know, where they loved each other, but they hated each other. I mean, there was just more there.
Yeah.
The other relationships were quite shallow to me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was a good show. I would watch it, you know, like I would recommend watch it because, yeah, you're right. Rewatchability? No, I don't think so.
Because that's kind of what I look for in a show. I want to be able to, if I really like it, I want to be able to go back and watch it again.
Yeah.
And enjoy it at least almost as much as I did the first time.
Yeah.
And kind of carry that high and, you know, find new things to like about it and learn new things and stuff. The show doesn't really have that. I'm very interested in looking forward to what else the writers of this show are going to do, because I feel like it is a very successful show and it's well acted and everything like that. So I think whatever else they do in the future is something worth looking out for, you know,
for sure,
and
yeah,
watching and checking out.
Yeah, I think I would love to see what else they can come up with, because this had really great potential. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm not saying I didn't.
No, it was very enjoyable. I was very entertained.
Yeah, me too. I wanted to go to the next episode and see what was going to happen, because even for nothing then, holy shit, these people are so dysfunctional. You know? I mean, yeah.
Makes you feel normal in comparison, some of it.
Very true. Yeah.
I don't think there's a man on this planet that I would drink my pinky toe juice for.
No. Absolutely not. No. And I can tell you 100% I wouldn't, because I would not change myself for anybody.
Well, that's the other thing. That's a super problematic theme too.
Yeah.
They talked about her turning into a Stepford wife, and it's like, yeah, that's gross and cringe. What I think was funnier though was that Nell, even kind of by saying that, she kind of was telling on her opinion of Nikki a little bit, I feel. Mm-hmm. Because it seemed like that's what Nell thought Nikki wanted. And Nell would know.
Because she dated Nikki.
Because she dated him.
Yeah.
So that's another interesting aspect to it. Yeah. So yeah, would you drink your toe juice?
Mixed with your fiance's semen?
Gross.
And your mother-in-law's hair?
And
your sister-in-law's blood?
Bloody tissue.
No.
Bloody band.
Negative. It's all a negative. I would not cut off my toe and drink it for anybody.
Controversial. I wouldn't do that.
No, thank you. I'm okay.
What's funny about this is we're talking about how gross this is, and eventually we're going to be talking about something grosser. The troop. So that probably won't be our next episode, but it will be an episode
Oh,
coming soon.
I'm in the middle listening to the audiobook of The Troop, and I'm already completely 100% traumatized.
It doesn't take long to be
No,
fair.
it really doesn't. Nobody warned me it didn't take long. Thought I'd have time to settle into the book. But no.
It's not a slow...
Oh, it's so bad, and it's only getting worse, and I still have 6 hours left. I'm terrified now. But that will be an upcoming episode.
Yeah, so if you don't know what The Troop is like a cross between Alien, sorta, and Lord of the Flies.
That's a good... Yeah. Yep.
Real similar. So, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's gross.
It's so gross.
Nobody does body horror like Nick Cutter.
It's awful. It's so bad. And I'm not even into the worst of it yet.
Because all of his books are like that. The Troop is the best / the worst for that stuff. But all of his books are like that.
Cool.
And The Deep is one of my favorites.
I know that too.
So.
The Troop is one of your favorites as well.
It is.
Ah.
So, I don't know what we're going to talk about next week. It'll be a surprise for us and for you.
Yeah.
Today the pod, tomorrow the world. My name is Sydney Rebecca.
And I'm Rebecca Snow.
And we're the Becks.